Hello, fellow quarantinees. It's me, Jim Gaffigan. Ever since we've been sheltering in place, I've been here in New York City with my wife and 5 children. And every Sunday I've done a commentary, which has appeared on CBS Sunday Morning. These commentaries are now available here. If you enjoy them, please subscribe and watch CBS Sunday this Sunday. As you can see, I'm here in quarantine. Or is it on quarantine? Either way, I'm here, and obviously I don't normally look like this. The quarantine has kind of, affected my appearance. All right, fine, this is what I look like normally. I've been here with my family in our apartment for 6 decades, 6 days, 6 days, dinner, lunch, breakfast. But you know what? I'm trying to use this time to reconnect with my wife and our beautiful 4 children. 5 children. One of them's short. Honestly, in February, when I heard rumors about hypotheticals of us being quarantined in our apartments and houses with our families, I was mostly worried about being bored. And then I heard Shakespeare wrote King Lear while he was on quarantine during the Black Plague. And here's what I've learned. I'm not bored. I'm not bored at all. Creative production? None. No King Lear. But you know what? I also realized that Shakespeare, probably, if he was writing King Lear, he wasn't helping his family. He wasn't helping his wife. So really, we should look at maybe canceling Shakespeare. The second thing I learned is all these movies and shows about post-apocalyptic times were wrong. There was not enough emphasis on toilet paper in those shows and movies. I don't know what some people are doing with the toilet paper, if they're eating it, but some of those people should probably get some roughage in their diet. The third thing I've realized is I love the internet. Thank God for the internet. The internet has been an invaluable tool for communication and also for creative outlet. For not just me, but also my family. Dinner with the Gaffigans, dinner with the Gaffigans. Every night we do this YouTube show called Dinner with the Gaffigans. And to be honest, that show brings my family together and maybe makes us not kill each other. Anyway, I love you, internet. When did that article go up? And finally, I learned it's possible for one man to eat 2 weeks of food for 7 people.
You ate all our food?
Don't tell your mom.
Mom?
Be safe, everyone. Hi, still here with my wife and 5 children on quarantine in our New York City apartment. How is it?
Good.
Every morning we wake up and we eat, and then we clean, then we argue. Then we eat, clean, then we argue. Sometimes we mix it up and we argue before we eat or clean. Essentially at this point, my wife and I are running a diner. We make mediocre food for ungrateful recipients, then we clean up and do it again. Sometimes I imagine my family and I are participating in a never-ending episode of that long-running show, Alice.
What's a soup de jour?
Split pea.
That was a soup yesterjour.
I would, of course, play Mel, the gruff and grumpy short-order cook, but you know had a heart of gold.
Fill up the salt shakers.
With salt?
No, with uranium. Of course with salt.
My wife, Jeannie, would play the resilient and strong Alice, who's just trying to keep things going.
Don didn't believe in insurance.
How come?
It didn't come in a 6-pack.
My children would play rotating roles. When they were confused or befuddled by a situation, they would play Vera.
Oh, there! Lock up.
How?
If they're really sarcastic and mouthy, they would play Flo.
Hey, cutie, where you been all my life?
The first type, I wasn't even born.
And believe me, they say things much worse than kiss my grits.
Mel,
What?
kiss my grits.
Occasionally, they're sweet, so they play the role of Tommy, Alice's son.
All right, now what if I lose? Then you've learned a lesson.
Wow.
Never listen to a 12-year-old kid.
Similar to the TV show, we work unrealistic shifts that start early in the morning and seem to end real late at night. The biggest difference between us and the real show, Alice, is our episode never ends. Anyway, here's the opening title sequence to the show about my life in quarantine.
And in between I cooked and cleaned and went out of my head. Going through life with blinders on, it's tough to see. I had to get up, get out from under and look for me. There's a new girl in town and she's looking good. There's a fresh, freckled face in the neighborhood. There's a new girl in town with a brand new style. She was just passing through, but if things work out, she's gonna stay a while.
Be safe, everyone. We're gonna get through this. Maybe. Here's some good news. It's springtime, everyone. Winter is finally over. Flowers are blooming. Baby birds are singing. Well, from what I've heard, I've been in quarantine for the past 3 weeks with my wife and 5 children. But so have many of you. I mean, not with my wife and 5 children, or with this haircut. Thanks, Jeannie. Of course, where you quarantine can provide a different experience. My brother Joe and my sister Pam are in quarantine in Chicago in their homes. My brother Mitch is in quarantine in Indiana. I have another brother Mike in quarantine in Orlando. I know I have a lot of siblings, it's annoying. My sister Kathy is in quarantine in Mesa, Arizona with her boyfriend. She's been nice enough to send photos of her and her boyfriend enjoying Arizona's weather. Dinner with the Gaffigans, including your hostess who regrets agreeing to this. Me? Well, me and my family are here in my New York City apartment. If you've watched the news recently, you know New York City is the new epicenter. There are more cases in New York City than anywhere else. So, we're number 1. To make things more interesting, my wife is considered high risk. You see, 2 years ago, my wife had a tumor the size of a pear removed from her brain. Here we are. The surgery was a success, thank God, but following that, she contracted pneumonia, which severely damaged her lungs. So, here we are on double secret lockdown quarantine. The big highlight of my day, when I'm not cooking and cleaning, is taking the garbage out or picking up packages. I call it my me time. But you know what? It's still spring. It's a time of renewal and rebirth, a promise of better things to come. Instead of being disappointed about staying at home right now, we should be thinking about the possibilities of the springs in the future. You know what? I can hear the baby birds singing, and I see the leaves growing. And I don't know, I guess it gives me hope. Did that sound believable? Be safe, everyone. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed them. If you want, feel free to subscribe and watch CBS Sunday this Sunday for another installment of Quarantine Commentary. Thanks.